Mike, you're here early, but since we're waiting for Kathy Gary, why don't you come up? Mike, I want to say publicly, I thought you did a good job with the subcommittee of the delegation on Monday.
Thanks.
For being the first time, they kind of raked you over the coals, but did a good job.
Thanks.
All right, I guess I asked you to come in. You got something to report, first of all?
No, I'm just going to respond to what you asked me to come in on, asked about moving the funds. Got a letter from Sheriff Conley that I signed, formally requesting where we're going to be taking the funds from.
Okay.
What's 6.6?
6.6 should be computer equipment and 9.7 should be new equipment.
Okay, and the new equipment, I think you've got 9.7, oh, I see.
What is
9.7.
6.6 again?
6.6 should be
Computer
expense under the Sheriff's Department, and 9.7 should be new equipment under the Dispatch Center.
Okay, so under computer expense, you had $12,110 according to the budget. And it says of 324.11. Wait a minute. 324.11, that's way back in
According to
March.
mine, we
That's a
have-
year old.
Yeah, according to my records, as of January 4th, so it should be accurate, we should have $10,341.48 in computer expenses,
Okay.
and in the other line item should be $6,000 for the new equipment,
That's all that was left?
for the new equipment, yeah.
Okay, he's asked for a transfer anytime we go over anticipate going over $1,000, that the department head, according to our policy, the department head should come before the commissioners to ask for a transfer of funds, which he is now doing. So what is the pleasure of the Board of Commissioners? Commissioner Kenny, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, just go ahead and move it.
Commissioner Solomon?
It's fine. Make the move.
Point of order, where's the money moving to and how much? And where's it going from?
$9,323 is coming out of line item 4140.066,
That's computer expenses.
computer expenses, and $6,000 is coming out of 4142.097, and that is under new equipment.
And that's going to the move across the hall fund?
The new furniture for the Dispatch Center, the new upgrade, yes.
And is that a newly created line item, or is that the new furniture?
Not a new, it's all it is a transfer from one line item to another.
Right, so you have,
And plus, there's a $20,000 grant from OSAP.
It's not a grant, it's actually Ospey Valley Mutual Aid, which is the local fire entity, has offered to pay $20,000 of the bill, so.
$20,000 in addition to this.
Correct, towards this, so the total bill was
Right.
$36,000.
so you have the computer expense line, you have the new equipment line, and you're moving money from those lines to someplace, or are you moving money from other
Approving it
places?
for the movement of the dispatch center,
Right,
one side to the other side, with an additional station, and an additional station at the desk of the supervisor. So we're actually adding the potential of adding 2 additional stations. We have 3 now. Okay?
okay.
So motion's been made. Any Commissioner Solomon seconded. Any further discussion on the motion?
No.
All those in support of the motion say aye.
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 Aye, then so voted.
You made the motion, Commissioner?
Yes.
Oh, Commissioner Kenny made the motion.
Commissioner Kenny made the motion.
Solomon
Okay.
second. All in favor?
Thank you. Just like that.
Now, what are you calling this $20,000 that's coming from Ossipee?
It's going directly from Ospey Valley Mutual Aid to what the company, which is called Zybex, and that's $20,000 towards this.
It's not going through the sheriff's department?
No.
Okay.
Well, that was my plan, unless you want something done.
No, I just was thinking that any money that's coming in, the commissioners ought to know about it, and it shows up as a revenue.
I'll do it however you want. I just figured it'd be easier if they just shipped it directly there, but if you want it to go through and go back out, then
I think since it's,
Yeah, I think it's,
hmm?
I think it's cleaner that way,
Which way?
to have it come in
Yeah,
and then go out.
yeah,
So the money's already in?
nope.
no.
So you want it to be made out to the commissioner's
I
office?
think we need a motion to accept the $20,000.
We already did that. Oh,
No,
so, okay. We
Okay.
approved.
so that it comes into us and then it goes out to that project.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll have that ready for you for next week, is that?
Yeah, so I have a question. How is it normally done, the grant monies that come in?
Well,
Does it
normally
come-
it's a grant.
So it comes
and I would
straight to
as-
us,
A grant has to be approved by the commissioners.
approved, but when it is approved, where is the money coming?
Coming from Ossipee
Ospey Valley Mutual Aid.
Valley Mutual
Yeah,
Aid.
but normally if we have a grant, we approve it, and where is the money coming in? Is it straight coming to the commissioner's office? Do we see that?
That's what we,
You
that's what
check?
we normally do, yeah.
Oh, okay. So then we need to follow that procedure now.
So, okay,
I didn't view it as a grant, I just viewed them as paying part of the bill, but I can certainly do it that way.
I don't know what you call it, but it's a,
Yeah, whatever makes you happy, I'll do it. So.
It should show as
Is it
to,
as a grant?
because otherwise, somebody looking at it some future date would not understand why there's
Understood, yeah.
so much, there's more money that was put in, but where did it come from?
Okay, absolutely.
okay, motion on the floor that we approve of the acceptance of $20,000. And that be used for
Accepted from the Ossipee Mutual Aid.
Ossipee Mutual Aid, and that'll be used for the movement of the dispatch center.
Yeah, second.
Second, any further discussion? All those in support of the motion say aye.
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 Aye, that's so voted. Okay, the other question I have is, that's come up since Monday, these Hummers, how did we acquire them? Did we pay for them?
No,
Did we get them free?
yeah, it's.
And why didn't the commissioners know about it ahead of time?
I wasn't involved in the program and the acquisition of them. That was something that's done with the sheriff and the previous captain, Captain Myers. It's the law enforcement support office, goes through state police, and what it is we're allowed to go put in for surplus government equipment, something that might augment our needs and so forth. The sheriff thought there might be a need for, a couple of the Hummers of vehicles, so we did acquire 2 of them. Both were inspected. One was actually painted and is fit for the road now, and we're going to be using that for stuff like the communications trailer, the flooding, that type of thing, to get to areas that most other vehicles can't get to. The other one's still in standby mode, and the sheriff's is going to be determining on what to use that for in the near future.
Can I just ask, what was hauling the, what did you say?
Communications trailer.
Communications.
We have 2 SUVs that can haul it right now.
So,
Those are going on the road for marked cars. One of them is
Okay.
used as a K-9 vehicle as well. The other one it's going on the road. It's going to be assigned to a deputy, and so we're buying one less cruiser this year, trying to save a little money that way.
An SUV gets better mileage than a cruiser?
Just a couple miles. Actually, it's
Really?
pretty comparable, yeah.
Huh?
Believe it or not.
I would suggest that you're new over there, that any kinds, and in fact, those Hummers belong to the county. Even though they may be in the sheriff's department, they belong to the county, and with that said, it'd be nice to bring that to the commissioners for approval versus hearing about it, or actually I learned about it by these two signing. We don't all sign all the checks, but these two happen to sign the check for $4,100 to repair it. And that's the first I heard of that we had a Hummer. So we do take on additional costs involved when we take on additional vehicles. And the budget is controlled by the commissioners, with the exception of deputies, according to the Rockingham, Linehan court case.
Yep.
So any more new equipment or anything like that, I think, unless it's been approved in the budget, going through the budget process. Okay?
Pre-approved, yeah.
Previously.
I'll relay that on. I don't think it was done with the intent to leave you out of it, but.
And I know it got, see, this came up once before with Scott Carr when he got a van from Conway Fire Department, a rescue truck.
Rescue truck,
And all of
yeah.
a sudden it appeared, and then we have to maintain it, and we're not aware of it. So it's been brought to the attention of the Sheriff's Department, but it just seems to fall through the cracks, so
Yeah, no, that makes
hopefully
sense.
I mean, just bring it to us.
No, I
Whether
understand.
we have to approve it or not, at least we're knowledgeable about it, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I understand.
All right. The other item I have is the hiring of the prosecutor. As you know, on Monday, that was not in a line item, so what's the plan there?
We talked to Sheriff, and I think what we're gonna have to do is figure out a dollar amount and come to the delegation and add it into the budget. Instead of, because obviously we can't take it out of deputy expenses, there seems to be some heartache about that, on logistics and so forth.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe we can add it to the admin salaries, I'm not sure.
Between now and the time the budget is acted upon?
Um,
The problem we've got is the delegation or the commissioners didn't approve of the hiring of a prosecutor.
Right,
And when it is not passed by the delegation or us, then that money should not be spent. If that person was hired as a deputy and took on that duty, then there's no problem. But that person is not a deputy, correct?
that's correct.
And that person, from what I gathered from our salary line item that I requested, we're paying him $37 an hour. That person, $37 an hour, which is more than what we're paying a county assistant attorney. Which leads me to the next question. Is there some reason why the county assistant attorney doesn't handle prosecutions for the Sheriff's Department?
They used to, and it went away. Steve Murray actually was prosecuting for us for a couple of years. He
Yeah.
asked that they do that. They took it on. Then the previous county attorney, Gordon, for some reason, I think it was due to staffing and so forth,
Yeah.
chose to hand it back to us, so the deputies were doing it themselves. Obviously, it's more efficient to have an attorney do it, and so, I mean, that's something we can get into discussions with the county attorney's office about it.
They may be overloaded and not be able to
I
handle it.
think that's the reason
but-
why they initially came back to us, is because of the workload that they have and so
Mhm.
forth.
And I don't know if you're aware, how did we get to hiring a prosecutor? My understanding, after hearing about this, was that all the deputies do their own prosecuting, and they're not up to the standards that they should have, and that's why a prosecutor was hired to relieve the duty of the deputies to do the prosecuting?
It's fairly accurate, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the state of New Hampshire is pretty unique where police officers can prosecute. Most states, you have to be an attorney to prosecute in the court of law. And that being said, most police officers don't have the attorney background and so forth.
Yeah.
And